Alright, this week's episode of Fairy Tail was going great, the majority of the beginning, and has some funny moments, but then it just ended with a very disgusting note for me. I mean, I was just sitting there like enjoying the episode, and then the ending came. I'm just like, why the fuck did that just happen? That's ultimately my reaction to the end. But either way, how it begins is the celestial spirits are just started their, their ritual. They're about to succeed, but then Natsu comes in. Exactly where they are, I have no idea. I mean, they were climbing a mountain to get to wherever the celestial spirits are. But then when they come in to stop the celestial spirits, it doesn't look like they're in a mountain. It looks like they're in an alternate plane of existence, a different universe. So I don't know if the mountain is a portal of some kind, if they had to activate something with special magic. But either way, they're there. Of course, they start fighting. And then, out of nowhere, Fairy Tail comes in. The entire rest of the guild, Gray, Juvia, Urza, Elfman, all of them, just here now. And it's like, oh, the telepath, he found you. We followed the path up the mountain. And apparently we got here so much faster than you guys could have. I mean, what the hell? That was like really quick. Did you fly? What the hell? But either way, now they have their even numbers, and I'm thinking like, oh, is this gonna be just an all-out brawl? Everyone just blasting everywhere. It's just like, that's gonna get kind of boring and just very cluttered. It's like, who's fighting who? What's going on? But thankfully, no. The celestial spirits have their own realms to go into. So it's like, okay, this makes sense. This is actually fantastic. Like, one-on-ones, different realms. It's not gonna get cluttered. But it's still going to be nothing but a slugfest, one after another. 12 fights in a row, that's going to get kind of boring. But then I was gratified again when we see what's going on in their worlds. And I like that the celestial spirits are challenging Fairy Tail, not in the conventional way. One of them is challenging Levi to a quiz match. And Sagittarius is challenging Urza to marksmanship. And it's just like... And then what made me really laugh was Scorpio challenging I'm forgetting her name, I'm sorry, the drunk chick. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting her name, and that's horrible, but I mean, this was just making me laugh so much that I couldn't care less about her name. Because like, I heard you like playing with cards, you're magic. It's like, alright, then let's draw 5 cards and put them up here, and you just mix them up here right there like in a row. And it's just like, the first thought that came to my head was, oh no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has invaded Fairy Tail. This is gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh! I could just tell. But either way, if they did turn out like that way, I guess it'd be hilarious to see. But either way, and so it's like, okay, so they're not gonna be all fist fights. That's mostly gonna be Natsu versus Loki, or Leo, as some people will call him, or Leon, or whatever. I'm gonna call him Loki because that's what I know him as. And so of course I was like, okay, so it won't be as boring. It'll be interesting. One-on-ones, different competitions. Great, love that. But then near the end, it focuses on Elfman versus Taurus's fight. And I'm thinking, it's like, okay, like that kind of makes sense. They're both kind of the muscular ones, the physical fighters. Got it. And of course, Taurus being the opposite, he doesn't depend on brute strength, but he's got speed and intelligence. It's like, damn, like Elfman's kind of outmatched here. And it's looking like, okay, he is outmatched. He has to overcome this somehow. Maybe a new beast form, or he's going to learn how to absorb celestial spirit magic. I have no idea. And I'm just sitting there thinking, it's like, oh, how's he going to get out of this? And at a certain point, I was starting thinking, you know what? I'll start to accept the whole friendship makes me stronger thing if that helps here. I don't care anymore. But it doesn't work out that way. In fact, the way it does is kind of disgusting. I mean, alright. He realizes during the fight that some of Elfman's sweat gets on Taurus. And Taurus freaks out. Is like, oh, sweat. This is disgusting. Get it off me. And Elfman thinking is like, okay, like he doesn't like sweat. And I'm thinking like, alright, maybe they'll buy him some time to figure out a new plan. Just, kind of freak him out a bit, throw him off his guard, and then punch him. Or just something like that. But no, it doesn't work that way. In fact, he started using his sweat like an attack. Like, here's some sweat. Oh, yeah, throw it on your face. And Taurus is like, oh, freaking out. Like, no. and they fall to the ground and just like, and then Elfman has this very creepy rape face on him, like, sweat. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like taste my. It's like the school playground bully. It's like, yeah, you like getting that sweat on you, or I'm spitting on your face. It's like, the fuck? Is this a fight anymore? I don't know. And then he uses the key to close the gate. No, it's just like, that's it. Taurus is done. Okay. It was just like, the hell was that? That wasn't a fight. That was just disgusting. Using your sweat to just freak him out, and that's it. But I guess it matches the credentials to using the key, and thankfully so, because last episode I was confused as how these keys work, because the way they made it sound is like the only way to close the gate on them is to, you know, make them lose their will to fight, and the only really way to make them lose the will to fight is to fight them until they don't want to fight anymore. So to stop from fighting them, we have to fight them. That doesn't make any sense. But thankfully it's like, okay, so it's like a permanent close. They never can come back. That makes more sense. Like I'm willing to accept fighting them, you know, so I can close the gate on them permanently. That's fine. But like I said, everything was just working perfectly in this episode until the whole sweat thing. The whole sweat thing was just disgusting. I mean, it was anticlimactic. It was just disappointing. Hopefully some of the other fights are more interesting. Hopefully the quiz match is more interesting. Let's see what kind of questions those are. The card game that Scorpio's gonna play, that's gonna be more interesting. But you know, hopefully the fights get better from here on out. So until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.